Hello there fellow humans and welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about the KpfPz 7. Yeah, this is going to be the last Black Friday video simply because the offers are going away in 2 days and I'm not a tank driving baboon that spans you with 5 videos a day. So obviously the KpfPz is going to be the last one I'll talk about. I didn't make a video about the STG, the T2020 and the M4 because I simply don't care about them. I don't think they're worth it. I mean, especially the STG isn't worth it. The Type 62 is a fun tank, can be considered. The Eagle is also fun and a very nice tank to drive. So is Tiger 131. However, they're tier 7 and tier 6, so they are worse for making creds. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. That is the KpfPz 70. 8,500 gold for essentially a tier 8.5 tank is what this is in a way. Because it isn't really that great as a tier 9 tank. E75, T30, Vickers CR, or especially also the K91, which is also a premium tank. They're better than this tank. The armor is pretty decent. You know, you have a good turret, you have a couple on top that can be pinned though, but then again, this splits, no one can aim, so wiggle back and forth and you should be quite fine. Then the hull isn't really that good either. It's only 125mm on the front, so you can basically pin the entirety of the hull, pretty much, especially with premium ammo. You only have 2000 DPM. The penetration is pretty good, so that is something that is very nice about it. You have 560 alpha damage, which is, again, very good. However, the accuracy is quite lacking, and the gun depression is only 6 degrees. And gun depression is one of the most important things in the game, because obviously, the more gun depression you have, the more spots you can effectively play, which is very important. Then, the speed is, well, it's alright. It's nothing special, but it's good enough. And if you think that this video is good, then don't forget to like and subscribe. So now we get into the first battle, which is an ideal scenario for this tank, and that's a 2-rate game, because being kind of a like 8.5, 8.7 kind of tank in terms of tier, it is going to do quite well in the tier 8 battle. However, in the tier 10 battle, you're going to struggle immensely because obviously you're not that great at a lot of things. It can be a fun tank, however, so basically, if you want this thing, I'm not going to stop you from buying. However, I can tell you that there is certainly better options, and there are also better options that you can get for free. But in a tier 8 game, this thing can be very good, especially if Panteras like that don't really know I want to play. Gonna try to take a shot on the move. That's not supposed to hit, but yeah, well. I mean, if it would have been an E50M or something, I would have hit it, but anyway. Or a Vickers CR. The Vickers CR is broken. If you are a good player. That is. So, same goes for the Scorpion G. It's also a very amazing tank that only really works in the hands of a good player. Because otherwise you're gonna drown horribly. This tank, I think it's gonna be a lot more versatile in terms of that. And it's gonna be more well-rounded in terms of who can play it, because it's quite easy to adapt to. However, you do not have a lot of great features about it. And I can't pen a Skoda, but that's just Blitz. So yeah, it's quite easy to get into, quite easy to play. It's more of a, well, I mean, it is a main battle tank. It is basically a concept for the M1 Abrams that was developed by Germany and America, but then Germany dropped out because it was too much cost, and then America developed the XM1 prototype of this thing, and that resulted in the Abrams. So basically, this is just a main battle tank prototype. So if you say that Blitz is about World War II tanks, hello, you're wrong. So, anyway, it isn't really that though. I mean, you would mean that a main battle tank prototype would do better than this, but unfortunately, it simply doesn't. It's just decent. It's not bad by any means, but it is just decent, and spending 8.5k gold on a decent tier 9, I think, I don't know, I wouldn't do that. Not really the greatest of options. What the shit. But yeah. But if you want it, you know, if you think you're gonna do well with it, I can't stop you from that. My personal recommendation would to simply skip this thing. And if you really want a tier 9 premium tank, which isn't really a great idea to be honest, because obviously tier 8 makes more credits, tier 10 does more damage, so why would you get a tier 9? But if you want a tier 9 premium, then I would either go for the MX-30 or for the K91. Second battle, and it is a tier 10 game, which is, well, not much better, but they're going to the seaside again, aren't they? Well, that is unfortunate, and you don't really want to do that. You don't want to have your team in the same place. You want them spread around the middle and the medium side. That is what you want your team to have. If they all push the heavy side, you're basically already lost most of the time. So, that is quite sad. But let's see what we can make out of this. Obviously, if they have a couple of idiots and we have all the idiots, then more idiots beat less idiots. Like, for example, if there's only 3 of them here, but we have 7 of our team here, then we're going to overwhelm them, and we're going to beat them, so you don't want to spread out too far. Because then this situation is going to happen right here. You know, they have 3 people going to the wrong side, and we have 7 people going to the wrong side. And naturally, 7 versus 3, we win that, and then we can move on to beat the other 4 as well. Now, obviously, there's the 57 heavy on that side. I don't really care at this point, because whatever. But now, go for the E75 here. Obviously, I'm going to have to sort of duck into cover from the T57 heavy. So I do hope that they're going to actually push instead of doing nothing, but it seems like they're more like doing nothing. But yeah, as you can see here, we're going to take out these 3, and now it is a 7 versus 4 because they had 3 players going to the wrong side. We had 7 players going to the wrong side. More idiots beat less idiots. But ideally, what you want to do is you want to spread around the middle and the medium side because that is where you have the most map control. And you don't want to sit in the same corner either. You know, you want to spread out properly. However, you also want to spread out in a way that you can still support each other. But because you're here, if you're here and you're in a cap circle, you can't support each other because there's a massive castle in the way. If you're around the cap circle on the medium side, you can't support each other because there's only a tiny wall. So, yeah, just middle, medium side. That's where you go. You don't go heavy side. That is a stupid idea. It's that damn simple. That's how you win. More games. Not all games, but more games. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a 268, so troll armor is there. And now this is going to be a 7-0 because the enemy team has completely thrown it away, and we just had the better idiots, essentially, in that case, or the more. So, if your team goes full city, then you either lost, when the enemy team goes field, or you might win if the enemy team also goes city, or you win if some of the enemy team are dumb and go city. That's basically how it works. So just go field, because they have a higher chance of winning. It's that simple. Just go to the side that the medium tanks are at, okay? Just do that. Anyway, also, don't buy the KpfPz, because, I mean, I know I didn't really talk about it that much, because there's not really that much to talk about. It's a very uninteresting and boring tank. So, I'm uninteresting and boring as well, but thanks for watching. See ya.